President Muhammadu Buhari on Monday joined other dignitaries in Jamina for the inauguration of the interim administration to lead the Republic of Chad country to elections and the formation of a democratic government. The Nigerian leader, who is the current chairman of the Lake Chad Basin countries, earlier held a bilateral meeting with the Chadian head of state, General Muhammad Idris Deby Itno. Malam Garba Shehu, the president's spokesman, in a statement on Monday in Abuja, congratulated Deby Itno on behalf of the LCBC for earning the trust of the majority of Chadians to head the transition process to fruition.
I think there are two important things to talk about. One is that President Muhammadu Buhari wants to send a very important, a very powerful message to the international community that peace, security, and stability in Chad are important, not only to Chad as a country, but to all of us, their neighbors, and the membership of the Lake Chad Basin countries. Without peace in Chad, there will be no peace in Nigeria, there will be no peace in the sub-region. And two, also, to indicate support of his administration and of the people and the government of Nigeria to the roadmap that the Chadians themselves have put together, that they wish to implement, that would hopefully lead to a transition to a democratic rule after all of these years of military dictatorship. Well, it was well received, and you can see that the Chadians are very appreciative of the fact that he, of all the leaders, around Chad, he has personally made it. Yes, this is deeply appreciated. It is important for the country that this powerful neighbor, Nigeria, stands with them at a moment when they are making this important decision to begin the process towards a democratic government.
He's promised an inclusive transition period, inclusive of the youth, of women, and the generality of Chadians. He's promised to deliver on time elections to the country. Then, of course, he's also promised a lot of economic, benefits. Infrastructure was one area he talked at length about. Agriculture was another one, and also to bring the Chadians together. And he talked about a new Chad that they want to see. And he talked about also the mineral wealth of the country, that is a rich country, and that the importance of exploiting the wealth of that country together for the benefit of the country. And of course, he talked about the solidarity of neighboring countries, and he singled out Nigeria and asked the people to give a standing ovation to Mr. President, that Nigeria has been really a true and constant friend. And then, of course, he also promised, the security. He pointed out that without security, that there can be no development, and that they were going to do everything possible to maintain that security, and also praised the armed forces for the peace that they've enjoyed during this first phase of the transition. He said Nigeria has been a very loyal friend that has really stood by Chad. And, clearly, as I said, he asked his people to stand up and applaud Mr. President. And so really he's applauding the Nigerian people for their support, without which Chad, he felt, would not have come so far.